I'd like to call the Fire District Board meeting of November 17th to order. Could you all rise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a roll call, please.
Aldrich.
Here.
Beckman.
Here.
Fox.
Here.
Dissling.
Here.
Phelps.
Here.
Owens.
Here.
North.
Here.
Okay, we have everybody here. Please turn off your cell phones, put them away for the duration of the meeting, whatever it is, they can live without you. Could we have approval of the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda that stands.
Wait a minute, I want to make a correction. It says to have the approval of the minutes for the closed session, we're going to also do the open session. So minutes for the open and closed sessions of September 9th, 12th, and 22nd, and the October 20th.
Okay, I'll make the motion.
All right.
Accept them all.
Yeah. All right.
I'll support.
All right. So then moving on, can we have approval of the minutes? And Scott just made the motion to approve all the minutes. And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Okay, moving on, public comment. Is there any public comment? Nobody back there? All right. Peanut Gallery side. Moving on, we have a special guest speaker. Dan, if you want to give us your report.
Okay. Thanks for inviting me to your meeting like you do every year. I was trying to remember how many years I've been doing this.
Yeah.
It's been a few, but I know a couple of you have been here just as long as me, so I think you should be congratulated for that long.
Been a while.
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's really quite a lot of service to your community. It's great. The other thing that stands out to me about your organization is, I probably should have asked Peter this, but I understand you're moving to a new place in the future, as long as everything goes well, which is terrific. Every time I come here, I think, you could probably use something a little bit better. So that'll be some interesting accounting for us, because it sounds like the township's issuing the bonds, and Peter and I will work on, you'll be leasing that facility, I believe, from the township. So
right.
Basically, you'll have a leased asset and a leased liability, but that'll really add a lot to your financial statements, not to the funds that you look at. So, so that'll be interesting going forward. So because several of you have heard me so many times, you know exactly what I like to talk about. I like to talk about the auditor communications. There's a couple of them. Look at your financial condition just briefly, and then talk about any recommendations that we might have. So the report, which you have up already, thank you very much. That's on our letterhead, and it signifies that it's the only thing in this document that doesn't belong to us. We give the opinion in the second paragraph where we say that financial statements are presented fairly in all material respects. That's known as now an unmodified opinion, or a clean opinion. But as I say every year, I really don't like the fact that in the media you hear it's a clean opinion, so everything must be fine, because really you have to read more than that, because every single government in the state of Michigan, their audit report will read like this word for word. It's a standard report set by the Audit Standards Committee. What you really want to know is how many corrections did we have to make to your internal reports in order to allow us to make that unmodified, give that unmodified opinion. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. But near the bottom of that page, there's a section called Responsibilities and Management. It's important to me that you know that it's management's responsibility to prepare these financial statements, even though we help you prepare them, and for the internal controls or checks and balances over your transactions. That's management's responsibility, not ours. And now to the issue of how many corrections did we make. That's addressed in a separate letter. It's not in the bound document, but I think you might have it in a separate document, possibly at the end. If not, it looks like everybody has that in front of them. It's a separate 4-page letter, again, on our letterhead. We talk about 6 to 8 different things, like qualitative aspects of accounting practices. I won't read that for you. There it is. That's the letter. This letter oftentimes generates more interest than anything else, because we talk about problems or findings that we have in the financial statements or with your records. So now we're required to put in writing anything that we come across that might be a problem, and we label those things deficiencies and internal controls, sometimes significant deficiencies, sometimes material weaknesses. So we address that at the bottom of the 2nd page and at the top of the 3rd page. I won't define those for you, but you can see that we did list that there was a material weakness related to one material audit adjustment and the fact that we prepared the financial statements for you. This is similar to what you've had every year. And if you go to the state's website and look at all 2,000 reports in the state of Michigan, 95% of them will have this comment. What I think is important that you know is we made one adjustment really to recognize the net pension liability and changes in it. Peter doesn't do that. We do that for almost all of our clients that have defined benefit plans, and it's a challenge enough for us. So that's a challenging adjustment. It's important that you know that some of the audits that I do, I might have a dozen corrections because people don't know how to record year-end accruals, payables, and receivables in the right period. Peter does all of that very well. I think you probably all appreciate the fact that Peter has done an excellent job for a long time now. So just something I want to point out that Peter and I have talked about this, and he'd prefer that we continue making that adjustment as opposed to trying to eliminate that material weakness. So if anybody, any citizens or board members ever point out that that's a problem with the audit, I would argue that, because I think it's an unfair expectation for an organization like yours to hand us this document. In school, they taught us that's what it would be. Somebody would hand this to you and then you would audit it. It doesn't work that way in the real world. So I think it's important that you know about that reporting though. Just a couple comments on the financial condition here. Just I wanted to point out on page 11. Page 11 is the balance sheet. One way to look at this is a picture at a point in time of your financial position as of June 30. You can see the total assets are about $1.7 million, less liabilities of $100,000 leaves you with a $1.6 million fund balance. Usually the main question I get from a board like yours is, what's our fund balance and is that a good number? It's about $1.6 million. An auditor can't tell you if it's a good number or not. That's really up to you. How much money do you need to set aside for emergencies and capital to be comfortable? I do like to compare it to something else, and we often look at expenditures. So if you did the math, the $1.6 million is about 70% of your current year's expenditures. I would say a government is very much like an individual, where if you have 25 to 50% set aside in a savings account, which is what your fund balance really is, you're in good shape. So 70% is above that, so I think you're in a very good position. A lot of the townships I work with, they might be at 100% or 200%. In some cases, the citizens start to complain about, why are you sitting on that much money? So you're at what I would say is an ideal situation, especially with that new debt coming up. Other thing I wanted to point out was on page 25. Page 25 is a lot of detail about your defined benefit pension plan. A lot more activity going on there now. For a number of years when I did your audit, you just had a couple of participants. Now you have 12 full-time employees. So, but the good thing is that right now that is funded very well. If you look at the column to the left, that's the most recent year, 2025. Third number from the bottom says that you're funded 85%. MERS really likes you to be at least 80%. Most of the cities and villages that I work with that have a defined benefit plan are under 80%. It's just really hard to continue making enough contributions when the liability keeps increasing. So you're at a much better place than a lot of the governments that I work with. So your financial condition, the fund and overall is really quite good, I'd say. And then as far as recommendations, I know I pointed out the material weakness, but you do better than almost all of the 120 governments that we work with. We usually make a number of corrections or many, many corrections. So to only adjust that pension plan is really quite good. So keep doing what you're doing. You have a very good relationship with Peter. He does excellent work, and you guys have always done a very nice job planning for the future. I've always appreciated the chief too, and everyone else that has helped here, always very responsive and helpful, ask good questions, so we appreciate that too. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, or we're always available throughout the year.
Any questions?
How come Peter ducked?
He's in the Allegan he said he was Santa Claus. I'm not exactly sure what that meant,
Oh, wait.
but he went to Allegan for something.
Probably giving away the fund balance.
Charity.
Yeah. He's out there handing out $100 bills.
I'll have to ask him about that next time.
I don't have anything. You always explain things real well.
Yeah.
It's good to know we're in good shape.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important to know, good to know.
All right. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you very much for your time. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
I'll enjoy that sunshine.
Yeah, it's a nice day for a drive.
Yeah, you got about 45 minutes on it. There's a Lexus behind your car, just
Push the lights away.
Stacy was.
Pardon?
All right, moving on. I tell Pete, nice job, but he's not here to hear. So, could I have a motion to pay the accounts payable?
I'll make a motion to pay the accounts payable, $161,677.81.
Second.
A motion by Phelps, second by Fox. Is there any discussion? Can't help you if there is, but. Okay, do we have a roll call vote, please?
Phelps,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Aldrich,
Yes.
Beckman,
Yes.
Verplank,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
North.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. There'll be no financial report. Unless you have anything you want to say, Joe.
No, ma'am.
Okay, moving on. Fire chief's comments.
Okay, thank you. Briefly, in the incident reports, broken record, we had another record month for October. We finished up with 105 calls for October. Our average is 80.
Wow.
So, pretty significant increase for October. Our response times, as they fluctuate, sometimes hard to tell why, but our response times are less, which is always a good thing, 6.19, 6 minutes, 19 seconds. Average for 2025 is just under 7 minutes, which we would consider exceptional. And then we are about 32% for the year on overlapping calls. So occurrence of 2 calls or more at one time, about 32%. And I don't think there's anything notable in here other than, say, for example, if somebody wanted to ask how many structural fires, what percentage of our calls are structural fires, we're about 2.5%. So we have a lot of assets and a lot of money invested in fire equipment for 2.5% of our calls. That's the nature of what we do. So we have to have them. That is it, unless there's any questions on the data. Nothing, okay. Next up, I think it's the first time we've done this. In your package should be our Bronson Help Net called utilization report. how many people use it, whether it's one or whether it's 10. The fire board did a great thing for its members, full-time people, paid on-call, part-time people, in the form of help and financial, behavior, mental, relationship help, all there. And this is pretty much self-explanatory. That shows, you know, activity, and it is getting used, and it's a great benefit for the employees. So I just wanted to point that out. This is January to September 30th report.
Chief, on legal, it says legal, financial, work-life services.
Yes.
Are there bounds to what that is, or?
I think we've had one situation where the one particular attorney they talked to couldn't handle that situation. I called the supervisor, they have other attorneys, they contract a number of attorneys. So, no matter what it is, if it's a house closing or a problem with zoning, they can be sought after.
But it's generally like personal financial stress.
Correct.
kind of related.
Correct. Everything that's confidential, because we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
They categorize it, but we don't know the nature of it by agreement. So it's there, and there's just a number of services that they provide for the staff. They just wanted us to know, hey, here's the activity that has taken place. Any questions on that? Okay. The next item that we have is special event costs, something we kind of talked about, page 55 of your packet. And we thought would be notable, just data analysis, which our department is exceptional at. And as you can see, from 2023 to 2025, you can see the activity and the amount of events in the right-hand portion of the slide. 38 events for, say, Saugatuck City, Township 2, City of Douglas 14 events we logged. And you can see the costs that are pretty much consumed within Saugatuck City up on the screen as well, for those of you who can see that up there. So the point of this was just to show where we're doing special events, the cost of those special events over a time frame that is specified.
And the cost is just hours, right, just not equipment?
That's correct. So to clarify, that is those are wages with benefits package. There's no truck or no equipment charges put in, that strictly wages and benefits. I think the next page, 56 in your packet, would show kind of a summary of what the events cost. We even backed some of this down. We don't attend movie in the park anymore. Those are things, you know, we haven't got the Veterans Day Parade in here because it happened after this was created. Some things we just look at as national holidays. We just keep track in case the board says, what did that cost? We had 2 Veterans Day parades. We were only to have one parade. In addition to Douglas, there was one in Saugatuck City at 4:30. We actually provided traffic control for the one at 4:30 for Saugatuck City, so nobody was at risk. So it gives you an idea of what the activity and the cost.
This doesn't really make sense to me. We have a total of 14 events, and we spent $21,111. But on here, is this for 3 years?
Yes.
Numbers?
Yeah, at the top, it should say 2023
Okay,
to
for that.
2025.
So of these numbers, these Okay, that's where you got the data
So,
for those numbers.
And you're right, Eric, in that City of Douglas 14 events, there are events we don't even go to. Douglas is pretty self-sufficient, you know, and the Oktoberfest, the Halloween ones are the big ones, but we really don't do anything except for the Halloween parade at night. So these are events that are logged in to the system that could be something, Family Pride, where we don't have to do anything. So,
That adds up. Thank you.
Okay, all set?
does that help at all?
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank
all
you.
right. Sure.
Okay, we have no unfinished business, we're moving on to new business. We have a rescue strut package request and approved justification.
So I'll summarize what the need is. We don't have the ability to stabilize a vehicle or a structure. We have, in the past, reached out to mutual aid for that. Mutual aid resources have dwindled as far as personnel. We thought this would be a great opportunity to engage the fire board to secure our own struts. They're essentially steel structures you can adjust. The last time we used them was when the car drove into Calico Kitchen, and we had to get in there, but the building was collapsing. We had to wait for Grass Cup to send somebody over, one person, about a 20-minute delay, and then we had to secure the opening to get in the building to shut the car off. So, with the amount of motor vehicle incidents we have anything on the side, and Scott knows kind of what we're talking about. A lot of times we would use a chain binder, or a cable binder, and chain it to a tree to keep it from falling over to go in and get somebody out. Well, if there's no tree around, there's nothing except a truck, but if we're off the road. So the strut system is a system that we've been wanting to get for about 10 years now. Funding, I suggest you consider the money from the Jerry Becken estate for that. So this allocated amount for 2025, 2026 amount, you would front the money for 2026, but you would get the money back. The balance would be out of the firefighter tool account, about $3,500. That would give you your struts. Every year these things go up, like everything else. And we could have bought them for $16,000 2 years ago, now they're $19,000. So I thought it was a good opportunity to share with the board simply their struts.
All right. Mike, did you want to say anything about this?
Not really.
Not yet? Okay.
You still use the airbags and stuff?
Yes, we
stuff
do.
out in-
Yep,
I'll say please.
And some cribbing?
always cribbing, airbags, not frequently. And then Grass Cup got a grant which we helped support and write and included us. That has big ones for semis, where we can do the cars, because the high lift semi ones are real expensive.
Okay, let's take a motion for this. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion I'm sorry, it's right here, isn't it?
Here.
I think so, Drew.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the Rescue Strut Stabilization System with a not-to-exceed amount of $21,000.
I'll support that.
We have a motion by Paul and support by Phelps. Is there any more discussion?
So Chief, so I understand, so what of that total amount is donated money?
17,600. You got 8,000, say 500 this year, a little under. Next year, you're gonna get 9,000. I think next year is the final year of the Becken estate contributing.
Thank you.
I think that's a great use for that money. It's something that shows and something
Yeah,
that's
I do too.
needed and,
And it's identifiable.
right.
Good point.
We were even gonna put little stickers on there, Becken estate.
That would be good.
like, kinda like the Lucas machine that people
Right.
paid for and all that.
Okay, so, can we have a roll call vote for this, please?
Holland,
Yes.
Phelps,
Yes.
Aldrich.
Yes.
Hutton,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Verplank,
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Get those struck. Anything else you'd like to say, Mr. Pettit?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much on behalf of the firefighters.
All right. Now, I'll take a motion to go into closed session.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session. Go into closed session.
The motion is here on the agenda.
I'll support.
Yeah,
Wait,
wait a minute,
could we
you have to
read
get
the motion, please? The motion is here on the page, front
Right
page
here.
of the agenda.
Where is it?
Right there.
Okay, I make a motion that we may enter into closed session as permitted under section 8(1)H of Michigan's Open Meeting Act to consider material exempt from discussion or disclosure by the state or of federal statute, namely a written legal opinion from counsel.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion by Cullen and a second by Phelps to go into closed session. We are in open session, where's Wendy?
Turn yourself back on, didn't you?
I don't know.
You're back.
Okay, do you know the name of that?
Okay, it's 5:14.
Wow.
We're back in open session. We have a motion.
Motion to authorize the chair to enter into an engagement agreement with Micah Myers to conduct an investigation into management employee issues as discussed in closed session and report back to the board with the results of that investigation, and to further authorize the district's legal counsel and officers to take all actions necessary to effectuate this motion.
I'll second this.
Okay, a motion by Fox and a second by Cullen. Is there any more discussion? We'll have a roll call vote.
Fox,
Yes.
Holland,
Yes.
Aldrich.
Yes.
Hutton,
Yes.
Verplank,
Yes.
Phelps,
Yes.
and North.
Yes.
Okay, we got some more business to do. We have a thank you card.
Yeah, it was a really nice card, came in right after the last board meeting, so, to the entire Saugatuck Township Fire District representatives, expressing my extreme respect and gratitude to all of you. Thank you for your courageous efforts on September 18th, 2025, as you battled a burning car inferno and subsequently saved my home, which was in serious jeopardy. I find myself sharing my unfortunate event with the community, and all of us who reside in the area could not be better protected if and when we need your assistance. Michael Kuhn, Saugatuck Township.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was a nice card.
Okay, is there any public comment? Nobody? All right, fire board comments, Steve?
It's very helpful having the page number on our packets for everything. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Eric?
What's the status of the bond? Don't we have to wait 45 days
I
or?
think November 30th is the
Okay,
date.
that's it, okay.
My birthday.
And there's been nothing, there's been
So,
nothing.
well, no news is good news.
Just on the reading of that thank you note, flashing back to the beginning of the meeting when you said fire calls are 2.1%.
Yeah.
That's why all those trucks are down there.
Yeah. Scott?
No.
Next Monday night, ribbon cutting at Douglas Municipal
Building.
Nice signage.
Facility, yeah.
Signs are all up outside, looks great.
Wow.
I haven't seen it.
Classy. All right,
Could I have a comment related to that, if I can?
please.
So I got contacted from Elisa the other day, manager Nasserini, and you have, a lot of furniture in your existing, I guess now it's the old one,
Yeah.
City Hall, and she offered it to us. It's the second time she offered it to us. She says, hey, why don't you come through, why don't you make an appointment and come through, pick out what you want at no cost. So there's a lot of office furniture that she was willing to let us have, and, we could move it and store it, got some ideas for that. But I wanted to share that with the board, because I confirmed it, like, how much should I ask the board to put on? She says, no, there's no cost, so.
Does
We
she have
gotta
any
share
chairs?
Yeah, can we get rid of these damn things, please? She won't even trade them.
I don't think there's anything over there that's probably any.
I don't know, yeah.
She was complaining about that,
For a while.
so.
These chairs are way nicer than the chairs that.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have.
okay.
I just wanted you to know that offer.
Except if you have a gun in your pocket, which I don't, but, you know.
Okay, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, be done.
Okay, motion by Bill, second by Drew, we're out of here. Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was quicker than I thought it was.